program here at Stevens means a lot to a lot of people, and it's, you know, it's a program that is first class.
It goes back to 1885 when the game really first started as club lacrosse, and then continued from there. It went on and has gone on now 126 years. Stevens had a significant input into the original organizations of the Intercollegiate Lacrosse Association, in the rules, in the first goals that were done, and also the development of the various aspects of the uniform and protection. Although the official first year of intercollegiate play at Stevens is listed as 1885 under Captain Roland Norris, he actually organized lacrosse at Stevens in 1883 with the first club games. Captain Norris and William H. Pierce introduced the sport at Stevens in 1881.
You look back and you see all the pictures of guys that were playing, you know, 10, 20, 30, 50 years ago. It's unbelievable. You know, I think we're the only team undefeated against Syracuse University, believe it or not. I don't know. I think we played them in the 20s and we won one game and that's it. So it's
When I was going through all the Stevens archives about lacrosse, I came across a series of photographs taken in the late 1880s of the Carlisle Indian tribe from Carlisle, Pennsylvania. These guys from Carlisle played with fedoras on. You know, it was a small brimmed fedora they were wearing. Of course, there's no other protection, no gloves, no nothing. Everyone had a long stick with a big basket, and they looked very tough.
Prior to 1898, the lacrosse goal consisted of two poles stuck in the ground, usually with a triangular pennant on top with the school colors flying. In 1898, as reported in the letter in 1945 from Rossiter S. Scott, class of '98, it was the Stevens lacrosse varsity that gave the lacrosse goal net to the game. The goal net design presented by Stevens for consideration was unanimously adopted.
The sticks we had were thick, heavy hickory, so when you hit somebody with the stick, especially if you played defense, which I did, and the stick was at least 6 feet long, and the side was about 2 inches wide, so when you hit somebody with it, they knew that they had gotten hit with a bat.
Lacrosse continued to attract interesting students, and not the least of which was one Alexander Calder, who became the famous artist and sculptor who played on the 1918 and 1919 teams.
Morris W. Kellogg, who I believe was the captain of the 1896 team, started the company M.W. Kellogg, which is now one of the world's largest engineering contractors.
tradition-wise, it's something that, you know, when you put the uniform on, you really think about it and you really want to do your best to uphold all the guys that came before you, whether it was guys that I played with my first couple of years or guys that came before me that put the jersey on.
The women's lacrosse program started 11 years ago. We've seen a lot of success in that short period of time. We've traveled to the NCAA's twice, and we've really had a ton of success in the program.
The experience has been great. It's really taught me a lot of things. Being an athlete in college is nothing like being an athlete in high school, but it's a lot better. It teaches you time management and to have some flexibility in your schedule, which, you know, when we all enter the workforce, are some very beneficial skills that we'll need.
Well, first and foremost, I think you're joining an extended family. That's how we think of it here. When you come on board in August of your freshman year, you are welcomed into the Stevens Lacrosse family.
You're surrounded by guys that want to be here, that want to work hard, and that are looking to be successful each and every day. You need to be accountable in the classroom, on the field and off the field, and if you're not prepared, willing and able to be at your best every day, there are consequences.
You know, we have a list of priorities, and those go family, academics, lacrosse, and that's usually how we expect things to go. But you really become close with all your teammates. It becomes more like a family, less like a team. In between lacrosse and academics, you're always busy.
We've been fortunate to, over the years, have a number of young men that have excelled in the classroom, on the field, and I think it's reflective now in their careers and what they're doing beyond graduation from Stevens. The life skills that you learn, the teamwork, the level of commitment, the dedication it takes, the ability to manage your time, leadership for a number of the young men. So many different positive attributes can be gained and experiences learned from being a lacrosse student, and really any type of student athlete here. But what we tell the students are, if you do your part, you work hard, you make the commitment, we will make sure that you have a good experience at Stevens and that it pays off in your future. The student athletes that we've recruited have come from very strong high school programs, and they have high expectations of coming in and competing against some of the best teams in the country. The alumni network is extensive. We have alumni that are very successful, and they are also quite interested in helping our young guys move into the next aspect of their lives after graduation. To mentor you, to help you become more successful in your career, and really just as a young man and as a person going forward.
We have a very close alumni group. Guys that I played with my freshman year that have graduated, come around very often, stop in and check how we're doing. And then I've met some older guys, guys that sort of got this program started from the ground up that still come in and encourage us to carry on what they started.
I've played in most alumni games. I've missed 2 out of the last 4 years, I believe, due to age, injuries, and children, but played in every game from my graduation until 2 or 3 years ago, and I intend to continue as my body permits.
As alumni, the only thing we can do is support the team, and we try to do that in every way we possibly can. Whether it's contacting guys and giving them a boost when they need it, hopefully donating money to the program and allowing them to do things that they may not have the means to do, or eventually helping guys find jobs, find internships, and maybe work through a career change at some point.
They speak fondly of their experience here, of their coaches, of their teammates. A number of those alumni are members of our Hall of Fame.
From day one, the moment I walked in the locker room, I ran into a bunch of guys that have become some of my best friends. It's been fun to sort of grow up as college students and then take that next step into professional life, whatever that may be. It definitely varies, and then to follow your friends throughout.
Between coaches that I've had and the teammates that I've had in these past 3 years, it's been amazing. These are guys that I'll talk to for the rest of my life.
I keep in touch with several people that I played with, many on an acquaintance basis, but some are still pretty close, and several on a business-to-business relationship. There's several others that I played with that also have their own companies in similar fields, and we do work together from time to time, and they're normally the first people I think of when needing somebody in that field. I first think of a lacrosse alumni, and second think of a Stevens alumni.
We've become just that much more focused in the past 3 years, and it's a tribute to the guys who've been here in the past. The hard work that they put in is carried over to the younger guys who've put in their hard work, and try and instill that into all the new guys that join the program. And it's just a consistent and constant hard work and determination.
I think the history of this program is strong, and we look forward to maintaining that. And we feel like the goal moving forward is to continue to recruit hard, practice hard, work hard in the off season, study hard. And our goals are always going to be to compete for a conference championship first, qualify for a national championship play, and the ultimate goal is to win a national championship.
Having a degree from Stevens and being able to be a student and a student athlete here has opened a lot of doors for me, whether it's through alumni connections, lacrosse connections, or just general notoriety of what this university has to offer and the type of curriculum that they put you through. Walking into job interviews or speaking with other people in my industry, they know exactly where Stevens is and exactly what it's all about. And when you walk out of here, the day you grab your diploma, you can hold your head high because you got through a tough 4 years of schoolwork, and an even tougher 4 years on the field, and it really prepares you for the rigors of a full-time job and a career and entering the real world.